Hey campers, today for our last time together, we explored how compassion gives us fresh starts through the beautiful tradition of Jubilee. Jubilee, or fresh starts, helps us see, feel, and trust God's abundance, that there's enough for everyone, is meant for all people and all creation, no matter their age, their sex, their religion, their race, anything like that. When we make space for rest, gather together at the table, and care for those who need the most, we show God's compassion. So let's ponder together a few questions. These would be good questions to ask around your dinner table with your family, or maybe while you're driving in the car somewhere, or on a walk together. Why are fresh starts important? Maybe ask your parents if they ever had a fresh start and what that felt like for them. Why do you think it's important to rest? Why do you think it's important to get the proper amount of sleep every night? It's not only good for your brain, it's good for your heart and your soul. Do you think it's important to celebrate? I know we all love birthday parties, but are there other times that we celebrate? Sometimes I like to just be thankful and celebrate every morning that I'm getting to enjoy a new day. And what do we celebrate? I know in our house we celebrate like Halloween, because that's one of our favorite holidays, and Thanksgiving and Christmas and our birthdays. We celebrate anniversaries. When we first started dating, my husband and I, to our anniversary of our marriage. What do you guys like to celebrate? And how does this help share God's compassion? So let's sing again our compassion prayer from Illustrated Ministries. So if you want to pause the video, you can watch that right now. Our compassion prayer song helps us pray for others and ourselves. Just listen to the lyrics. May we be filled with compassion. May we be filled up to the top of our hearts. When we have the power to make something right, may we show God's love. May we be shown compassion. May we be found in the center of peace. When we have needs that others can meet, may we find God's love. All right, guys, it's getting close to closing time. So God's compassion is God's justice. And working for God's justice, making things right, releases God's abundance into the world, making sure that everyone has what they need. When we rest and help people and the land to rest, we show God's justice. When we gather together at the table in joy, we show God's justice. And when we take care for those who need the most help, we show God's justice. And when we care for those who need the most help, we show God's justice. Justice makes things right. Justice, making things right, is what happens when we are compassionate. These are ways we show compassion: seeing and welcoming, being brave and showing up, loving ourselves, being present with each other, and fresh starts. And when we do these things, we show God's love, peace, and justice with the world. Let's close the same way that we opened, with our compassion prayer. Place one hand on your head and one hand on your heart. We're doing this because compassion starts in the brains and we feel it in our hearts. Repeat after me. Joyful Spirit, your loving hands are always creating freedom, release, and fresh starts. Help us do the same today by caring for all living things with gentleness and care. Open us to humbly receive the same care ourselves. Make our hearts smile and our actions sing with your promise of abundance toward the whole world. Amen. I've had so much fun this week getting to spend my week with you here at Compassion Camp. I know we wish we could have done it in person, but I loved our virtual at-home camp. And you can do everything that I sent home over time if you haven't been able to get to it. We still have a little bit more of summer left before school starts back up. Here at All Saints Episcopal Church, we're going to be offering virtual Sunday school classes and some EYC or Episcopal Youth Community gatherings with small groups over the course of the fall. So please follow us on our social media pages. We have a Facebook page, We have this YouTube page as well, and we have an Instagram page where we'll post some gathering information. Or you can sign up for our newsletter where we'll be posting stuff as well, and I'll have all that listed below. But it's been so great seeing you guys and getting to know each and every one of you. I hope you had fun with our Compassion Camp. If you have a friend or a family member that you would love to share this with, please do. This material, like I said, will be left online for a few more months so all can see it. Don't forget to color the prayer that we just said together, Joyful Spirit, and like I suggested, you could put this up on your kitchen fridge or maybe your bathroom mirror or just next to your bed so you can say it at night. And then there's the daily exam, which you can continue to do this long after our Compassion Camp, where you can just ask yourself every day, what was I surprised about? What was I disappointed about? How did I share kindness today? How did I not share kindness, but maybe I want a fresh start and try again? And what are you most thankful for? Well, campers, I'm most thankful for you. And I'm most thankful that you went through Compassion Camp with me. I hope you have a fun rest of the summer, and I will see you in the fall here at All Saints Episcopal Church. And don't forget, love God, love your neighbor, and love yourself.